Hello, welcome back to Will's World Reviews and More. Here we are with my first review of England v Italy. And as I said before, anybody who doesn't want to know the score, result, then please stop watching now. So, England lost their first game. Italy 2, England 1. Lots to talk about. Where to start really? Right from the off, you thought it could be England's day because Sterling had that wonderful killing shot that everyone thought was in. I was in the pub at the time, and everyone thought it was in there, and it was just it would have summed up. It would have been the perfect start, but it wasn't to be. Italy controlled the game from the off, really, with De Rossi and Pirlo. They had all the control and they were running the show, really. England were kind of basing on the counter-attack. I thought Welbeck did really well. I know a lot of people have a bit of a criticism of him, saying that he probably didn't deserve to be in the squad or he's not good enough. But I think he brings a lot, and his England performances have always been really high standard. And maybe he's not as clinical as some people would like him to be. Maybe that's what he needs to work on, especially to get back in the Man United squad. But I think if Man United were to let him go, a team in the Premier League to pick him up like Sunderland, who had him on loan, they would get the real benefits out of him. So I think it's worth sticking with him for club and country because I think he brings a lot of skill sometimes. Little black heels. He takes people on, and obviously he's still not in his favourite position up front. So obviously Italy got the first goal. Marchisio with a good run and good finish. It was a typical Italy goal, really. But they responded well, England. Straight away. Rooney with a fabulous ball. Playing on the left. Not his ideal position. Didn't have the best of games, but that was a great ball to put in, and Sturridge finished it off with a plum, and that's what he does best. Then basically Italy went back and they had a lot of possession. And you thought at 1-1 at half time, it could go either way, and in the end it did. It just didn't go England's way, surprisingly, because England, although not having a lot of possession, they had a lot more shots and a lot more opportunities. Just to name some, there was, Welbeck could have had a penalty, Gerrard could have had a penalty, Rooney had a couple of chances. Baines had a really good free kick. I thought Lallana did really well when he came on. I think he should start next game, possibly with Sterling as well, because Sterling doesn't deserve to be dropped. As much as Rooney was good, maybe dropping Rooney might be the only option really to bring Lallana in. I also thought the young lad from Everton, Barkley, did well. It's also just fitting them in the team. A lot. Maybe these are the kids of the future, obviously, and it's just fitting them in the team. Jagielka made a good clearance. I think it was the end of the first half, which obviously doesn't make a difference now, but it was a good clearance from Balotelli. But that man had the final say, Balotelli, and took his goal well. He seems to be the bane of England, really. And we thought he might have something to say about it, and he did. And despite a lot of pressure from England in the end, it was not to be. Overall, there's so much promise for England in terms of attacking, but they were quite defensively poor. I wasn't convinced with Gary Cahill at all. Jagielka a little bit more, but still not entirely convinced. But the problem is we haven't really got any... he's not likely to change it. We've got Smalling and Jones. I really would have brought John Stones from Everton. Had a great end of season with Everton. Young Barnsley lad, I know him well from watching him at Oakwell, and I think he's one for the future, possible future England captain. So I'm concerned. Great player, and I think he was on the standby list, played in the friendlies, but I think he should have been brought. Because if England lose the next match, it's all over, obviously, maybe, possibly, probably. and they could have blooded these guys. But obviously, it's not all over. I'm being pessimistic. England have got a good chance. Yeah, Italy was probably the strongest team in this group, so to lose to them is not a big deal by 1 goal, and to have all the chances that we did. But now we need the 3 points against Uruguay on Thursday, and then 3 points against Costa Rica, which aren't going to be easy. On Uruguay's performance, it's a possibility that we could win, especially if we attack them like Costa Rica did. With the pace, we need the pace. So that's when you need to have your Oxlade-Chamberlain if he's fit, and your Barclays and your Sterlings, and I think we've got a good chance against Uruguay. Costa Rica could be a bit of a tricky one, depending on their result against Italy. Obviously, it will come down to that final game, and we'll see. That could be a bit of a tight affair, but England probably would have, you'd think, saying that they beat Uruguay, you would think that they would have enough to get past them. So, it's all up in the air. First game, generally pleased with the attacking quality that we showed and the youth. But defensively we were poor, and we let De Rossi and Pirlo have far too much control. I know it's difficult, but still I think it was it could have been managed better. We're lacking that that real bite in midfield. I know it's a cliche, but we're lacking that someone to just kind of. We need an old-fashioned midfielder with a crunching tackle. That's what we need, and I'm not sure we've got that at the moment. I'd maybe think about bringing Lampard in, especially if we're going down to the next 2 games. I know he's not a biting midfielder, but his experience might help. It's just about finding that right player for the future. So guys, that's it. Keep liking, subscribing, and watching and commenting. I'll be back in a couple of hours watching Japan v Ivory Coast now. Go get my kebab. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the match despite the score. And we'll keep the faith. Come on, England. We still got a great chance in this World Cup. And hey, let's not be too downbeat. So, peace.